Alright.
And I'm just there like,
Screen share. There we go. Alright. Oh, wait. Okay. I'm sad Sonic's cut out Adam telling me to die in the chicken sandwich clip.
I don't believe I was high during the Naga incident. We were in, Volcano Manor, and there were these snake creatures.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was kind of remarking on how weird they look, because they're just, like, really thick snakes with, like, spindly limbs.
Yeah.
And it's such a weird design choice, because, like, if you asked me to design a snake character, I would do, like, a Naga. And so I said that out loud, and Adam thought I said a slur, so
Yeah, I remember.
now the word Naga has been ruined for me.
But yeah, I'm not sure why they went. Maybe they thought that would make them look like cuter and more like likable, because the little Snake Man character, like it's like Raya.
Only one of them acts cute though.
Yeah, true. Like Raya.
Most of them are enemies.
Yeah. But I don't know, just the little legs and arms they have are, like, silly to me. Like, I think that makes them more endearing.
He's also one of few Elden Ring characters who doesn't necessarily have a tragic ending to her quest.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that's why the fan base loves her so much. Everyone's like, Raya, best girl. I have a confession. I was the first person to call you out on that in chat. Oh, wait, were you the one who started that, Jogo?
No, it was Sonex. Sonex was the one who said, "Did Olivia said the N-word?"
Olivia, if you were to ask for a Naga character, would you say Naga, please?
Well, we're banning you too, Vox. Sorry. Bye.
Alright, there we go.
Alright, we're at the cult scene.
Yeah. Nearly there.
I think there's some different dialogue with Greg here. We're gonna be able to skip a bunch of this, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. While we're at it, can we ban a Niv for not saying trans girl kisser?
I mean, what are you? Are you actually a ghost? Or just some guy? What is this thing in my head? Are you doing this? Why is this happening to me? Talk! Fine, let's do this.
Like our first instinct is just a fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this guy
Yeah.
while I can barely walk. Nice shot.
I wasn't aiming for his shoulder. Ah, you effing shot me! Wait, you're a murdering cultist, but you draw the line at saying fucking? That's a very weird, like,
Yeah, it's
double
pretty
standard
funny
to have. Yeah, it's like you literally do human sacrifice. Just say fuck.
He's a good Christian boy. Leave him alone.
Apparently, gotta go to school now.
You forget this is a cult of boomers.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like, oh, gee, Willikers.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. We need to have a toy. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah. All right. Hey, asshole. Get away from her. 3 of us, 1 of you. And none of us have got bolts sticking out of us. I'm gonna fucking fuck you. See? Like, Greg swears.
Yeesh.
I don't know what the rest of that was supposed to be. I was just like contextually.
I think Greg might have just threatened to rape him.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck that was.
That's why I was like, is he threatening to rape him there? Like, what was that? Ah! Aru! He's a furry! Get him! Kill it!
Get him! Kill him!
You okay, dude?
What are...
Hey, jerk. Why the hell are you out here by yourself?
I had a dream. This is all because of me.
Oh yeah, dude. All your fault. You definitely made these dudes creep around, following us, like kidnapping someone maybe. Yeah, you did it with your fucking mind control powers. I'm just gonna say fucking. Effing is such a weird thing to say.
Yeah, fair.
Dude, come off it.
It's in my dreams.
Dude. You don't get to do this, okay? I don't get everything that's going on with you. And I'm not saying it's not happening. I believe you, okay? I do. But you don't get to die on me. You are not gonna do that to me, okay?
But, dude, Okay.
I am not gonna lose you, okay? You can't make me lose you. Would you let me go like this?
Dude. Cheating.
They've said dude so many times in this conversation. It's really undercutting it for me.
They're American.
Sure. We've been best friends.
I'm sure you have your own fucking slang.
I mean, Australians do say mate constantly.
Yeah.
We've
just pretend they're saying mate.
Yeah. We've been best friends since forever. You big dumb idiot. And even if this was all somehow in your head, which it isn't, I would still back you. I would support your schizophrenic delusions.
True friends.
Yeah, that's what friends are for. To the actual God's honest end.
Jeez. Me too.
Clearly we all would be. Shark, radical idea. Bernie Sanders has post on the Senate job board looking for a press secretary. Mr. Shark goes to Washington. As much as I would love that, that seems very unlikely. So maybe that would be a fun thing to do on stream later in this week, like writing a job application letter to Bernie Sanders.
Shark, I am once again asking for your help.
Yeah. I shot a dude for you. Come on. And
Fair enough.
Yeah, like, that's a pretty solid display of friendship. Like, I nearly killed a guy. And if we keep talking like this, I'm gonna cry. And...
Greg. Thank you.
Well, he's wounded. Sounded like he went back up to the mine.
Yeah, what do we do?
Follow him, I guess.
No, I have to go alone. You all wait here. I'll go.
Like, I was still just like, no,
I'm completely idiotic options.
I'm concussed and horribly injured, but you stay here. I'm the one who has to do this. It's like, dude, you need to go to hospital. Like,
my favorite part is how they pretty much just pretend she didn't say anything after this. Like, we're not even acknowledging that. That was dumb.
Yeah. And Niv knows the Jonkler, even though I love the Joker, messaged him one, and now I am sick.
You messaged the Joker?
Yeah, apparently a Niv and the Jonkler are DMing.
And now a Niv is insane. Oh god.
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway.
if he's up in the mine, we might be able to corner him and tie him up.
Or something.
Can you walk, May?
I think so. I might be a little slow.
I'll help you if you need it.
Thanks, big guy.
All right, let's go die or something, but hopefully not. Yeah, like they're just like, shut up, May, when she tells them to
Yeah,
stay behind.
It's literally not even worth acknowledging.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're being fucking stupid. Why would we even, like, consider doing that?
Yeah. We came all the way up in the hills and shot a guy just so you can go, like, get killed by cultists in the mines. Like, no, we're coming with you, obviously.
What's funny is, given the way this scene plays out, if May went alone, like, this may have been more peaceful, actually.
Yeah, quite possible.
Like, it actually... Because, like, the cultists aren't even hostile.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually true. They're not even trying necessarily to kill them right away. They might have been able to walk out of there. Yeah, that's actually a good point. All right, gates open.
I'm good with them dying, though.
Oh
Fuck
yeah,
'em.
fuck. Who cares?
They deserve to die.
Yeah. All right, gates open.
Oh, jeez.
What?
We could, like, block it shut or something. To be fair, Electrica, he did apologize.
Yeah. Ah, dang. You're right.
No. Whatever. I have to go down in there.
Job post is in the Discord. Looking forward to seeing Shark on C-SPAN. I mean, yeah, maybe we could do like a stream later in the week that's like applying to work for Bernie Sanders or something. And I do like write a letter for it and do like a video interview or so. Maybe I could make funny content out of that.
Well then.
Looks like all of his friends are gone.
Just one guy.
Just one guy.
Just one something.
Bang bang. Boom. Imagine if Shark got hired. Yeah, and Bernie Sanders is gonna hire some fucking Australian VTuber to be his press secretary. Geez, spooky.
I don't think we get to complain about spooky. We left our precious robot boy out in the woods. That's spooky. That is fair.
Nah, dude. We created a legend.
What are you two even talking about?
Yeah, I imagine B is just like,
yeah, B is completely
lost.
out of the loop.
She's like, what?
Angus gets it though.
So you abandoned a child in the woods?
It's been a weird few days.
Wait until you're moving to DC. I'm once again asking ladies to gain more weight. Yep. Looks like he took the elevator down. So much for the element of surprise. He's gonna hear us coming a mile away.
We sure we want to do this?
Yeah, May. You sure?
Guys, I don't know if you understand. It's in my head. I can't function like this. everything is dying or dead already. I don't know what's gonna happen down there.
All right then. Down we go together. Bernie is an architect. I'll convert him.
Oof, that thing looks old. They haven't used this mine in like a lot of years. Generations even.
Are you our tour guide right now?
We have Possum Springs tourism pamphlets at the shop. And I get bored.
I feel that. I read a lot of weird
You
books.
may as well.
When I was working in a bookstore, like in college, I read a lot of weird books. I've read Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother.
That sounds interesting.
It was like a book written by this, like Asian parent who was like a successful lawyer or something as well. And it was basically about how. Do you know what tiger mothering is?
No.
So-
Sorry, I just nearly fell out of my chair.
Oh.
God damn it.
It's so it's a concept from like Asia. A tiger mother is like a really strict, demanding mother who
Oh,
like
great.
micromanages every aspect of her kid's life to ensure that he's like successful and like, you know, academically accomplished essentially. But like to the point, and the book describes this in detail to the point where it's basically abusive to the children. Like it's like wanting the best for them to the point of like literal abuse.
Yeah, that's just Asian parenting.
Yeah, pretty much. Tiger Mom is essentially a stereotype for Asian parents. Yeah, exactly, Electrica. Anyway, so the book is written by this like successful Asian lawyer lady who's just like, yeah, so like I grew up with a really abusive tiger mother, and it really fucked me up like really badly. You know, I had to have a lot of therapy to deal with that. So naturally, when I had children, I thought, you know what? Maybe my mom was actually right. I'm gonna do the same thing to my kids for some insane
the
reason.
cycle of abuse.
Yeah. And she inflicts it on both of her daughters too. And I mean, it's an interesting book, if only in the sense that it's like, you know, the defense that she gives in the book and that I guess Asian parents have is, well, you can complain about how mean it is, but it works. That's why all you white children are growing up to like do fucking feminism or art degrees at university like losers. Meanwhile, all our Asian children become doctors and scientists and lawyers. Like, that's why you guys suck. And that's true. I suppose that's true in one sense. It does work for some children, but like, the plot of the second half of the book, once she's a mother and raising her own two daughters, is like one of her daughters responds really, really well to tiger parenting and is just like, she's really driven and ambitious, and she's like, no, I love it. You push me to like be a better person and all that kind of. The other one is basically like suicidal. Like, was gonna, like, kill herself because of how, like, horrible she found it. To the point that she essentially, under the advice of multiple psychologists, they're like, no, you gotta stop the tiger mom shit or your daughter is going to commit suicide. Like, guaranteed. So she, like, eased up on that. And she was like, you know what? Maybe I can see both sides. You know, maybe abusing your kids is good for them, but maybe not. And it's like,
Yeah, you had the wrong takeaway, lady.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
The moral is abuse is bad in literally any form.
Yes, I would agree, but like, it's like that's what the defenders will say. Well, it makes our children successful, and when they're adults, they're grateful. And maybe for some people that is true. Like, one of her kids did seem grateful, but the other one was like absolutely traumatized by it. Sounds about right. Yeah, exactly. I don't think openly abusing your maturing offspring is considered good parenting. Well, it is in Asia. Or just if you come from an Asian family. Like, I should stress, this woman was Asian American. Like, she like grew up in California, and her husband was like a white Jewish guy from Silicon Valley that she met. And yeah, just for some reason, when she had kids, she was like, nah, I'm gonna go super hard on the like abusive parenting stuff. It's honestly baffling because she describes at length how horrible her childhood is. But I guess she's like, well, I grew up to be a successful lawyer, so my mother must have been correct to do that to me. Where it's like, I don't know, I have friends who are successful lawyers whose parents didn't abuse them horribly as children. You can be successful without abusive parenting. That's a thing that can happen too, you know? I grew up in an Asian family, and I hate that I grew up. Oh, yeah, no, I imagine it's fucking horrible, Electrica. Especially when my dad is fucking schizo. Yeah.
Sorry to hear, Electrica.
Stop of your kids becoming suicidal, or maybe not push them to that in the first place. Yeah, that was the point where she was like, maybe I'm not doing the right thing here. Because the daughter's just like losing her mind. The whole novel, the mom is, well, not novel, it's like a biography. She's like, why? I don't understand why she's not responding better to my cruel, abusive parenting. I just don't get it. Like, why doesn't she want to study more or practice the piano? Like, what's wrong with her? It's like, yeah, what's wrong with her?
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah. It's baffling. Oh, God. But yeah, I read a lot of weird shit when I worked at bookstores. That was a fascinating window into, like, Asian parenting. I was like, huh. Man, I'm glad I grew up white, because that sounds fucking horrible.
Saying I'm glad I grew up white is certainly a thing.
It's like, there's, you know, we all like to hate on white people. There's definitely some upsides to it. Like, specking into the white class definitely gets you some advantages. You get
Yeah, you get a +10 to privilege. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you get a reputation bonus with, like, the media and also all forms of law enforcement. They're way more likely to view you as non-threatening and innocuous. You do take the lack of rhythm and the lack of penis size debuff as well. Like, it's a mixed bag, you know? But overall, it's a pretty solid class.
This is in the brochure.
The worst part is I'm 24 right now. My mom is still doing it. I mean, they're probably going to do it until you move out, like, until you don't live with them anymore, Electrica. Well, here we are. Good night, Jojo. Good night, man. Thanks
Night,
for hanging
Jojo.
out. May, you okay? I have my inhaler.
No, I'm fine. It's just like, it's like something huge is on top of me. I mean, technically, you're not wrong.
Is it like asthma? That's how asthma is.
It's not asthma, big guy. But thanks.
Shh! I heard something. Down there.
You gonna be okay, May? Yeah, I'm alright. We should be quiet.
Yeah, we'll be silent terrors.
We'll be ghosts.
I don't live with them right now, but when oh, you mean like when you visited them? Yeah, I mean that's just that's just how Asian mums are gonna be, though, Electrica. Like,
That's too bad.
I don't know if there's a lot you can do about that. Unless you have, like, a super hip, like, you know, liberal, like, Western mom, like, Asian mom. Probably gonna be pretty harsh on you. Just as my experience. Like, every Asian person I've known has some story about how, like, horrible their parents are in that regard. Door.
Or tunnel.
Whatever.
Here we go.
To be honest, I haven't been paying attention to the names of most of the time. Does the big guy not have a name?
Angus.
His name is Angus, Oogie. I think Ugu's just confused because, like, May keeps referring to Angus as big guy in this section.
Yeah.
I noticed she was, like, doing that repeatedly. Ah, jeez.
What is this place?
Looks like a church or something.
What's funny is that pentagram looks like it could absolutely be accidental.
Yeah.
Which makes it scarier.
Yeah. I mean, look
And,
at
like,
him.
Junk.
Angus is twice her height. Yeah, that's actually true. He is like a lot bigger than her.
Yeah, Angus is huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look as...
I don't think she started calling him this until like after. Or wait, no, I think she calls him that even in like B's campaign.
Yeah, it's not as apparent how much bigger he is because he's standing next to B, but yeah, if you compare him to May, he's like, oh yeah, he's like double her, basically. Angus barely got screen time.
Yeah, he's the smallest.
Yeah, he's definitely the least in focus of the three. I guess because there's just not like an Angus specific campaign, like you can, or like plots, like, you know, playthrough that you can do. I mean, I feel like he gets plenty of depth in, you know, your interactions with him and in Greg's one as well. But yeah, I mean, he's gonna feel a little less present.
And also, he's there for like the entirety of like the climax of Greg's story, and it characterizes him like so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Seeing like a couple like actually infighting.
Yeah, they probably just thought, there's no real need to do a like separate thing for him since it's combined with Greg's.
And like junk. Oh god. Oh god. What is it? It's here. It's here. Oh god.
What is it?
I don't know, but it's here. It's through there. I know you're in here. Say something. I like that I can see B's cigarette.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Take a couple more steps forward if you want to die. Show yourself!
Yeah, asshole! We're like 5 times scarier than you.
Is the cultist confrontation. I think most of this is going to be dialogue we've read before.
Yeah, most likely.
So you'll have to do a lot of, like, mashing.
Yeah.
I would start going, like, now.
Yeah, alright, I'll just go through that, because, yeah, I think this is all pretty much the same.
We'll just stop, like, whenever Greg pipes up, see if he has something new to say, because it's mostly going to be him.
Yeah.
This is such an interesting, like, conclusion to the game.
Yeah, I like the ambiguity of it as well, where it's like, might be an eldritch entity, might be a fucking, like, delusion just brought on by, like, gas leaks in the mine or something, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who knows?
I guess it doesn't really matter practically speaking. It's just like it's like a metaphor for the kind of entropic decay of the town itself. Whether or not it's like an actual real conscious presence is kind of irrelevant. It's still got, even if it is hallucinations, it's still a cult that's murdering people.
Yeah, this entire
based
game is
around
just
it.
about like the fear of change and fear of the end.
Yeah.
Like the tagline on the Steam page is literally at the end of everything, hold on to anything.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole like idea behind it.
I think you like mouthwashing. It kind of like touches on vaguely similar themes, I guess. Not exactly the same or anything, but it kind of like is reminding me a little bit of it thinking about it now. Just in terms of like, you know, things like, you know, our mortality and that kind of stuff. It was interesting. I liked mouthwashing. Very Neon Genesis Evangelion inspired at times, at least in terms of its surreal visuals. But like in a good way. Alright.
God, I love that. Not black like the color, black like the space between the stars.
Yeah, that's a cool detail. I like that.
Yeah, also immigrants bad.
Yeah, I like how relevant that is in 2024. Like they're giving out money to immigrants. That's why we made a death cult. It's like, okay, bro.
I relate to B so much because I talk to dumb boomers like way more than I'd like to. And it's like, you literally don't know how the world works.
No, they're completely out of
But
touch.
you've convinced yourself that you do.
Yeah, they have this imaginary idea of how the world works, which wasn't even correct like 50 years ago, but at least like you could understand how someone would think that way. It's like a simplified, dumbed down understanding of everything. But it's like it's half a century later. Like things are different now, old man.
I like just had an argument with someone earlier today about this.
Yeah.
Where he literally said, like, but like if we're under a socialist system, then everything I worked so hard for was pointless. It's like, okay.
That's not how that works at all.
No, not even close.
Yeah, a big problem with the modern world is people essentially like arguing past each other because they're just operating on like they're not even arguing the same thing anymore because they're both operating on imaginary like incorrect versions of what they think the other person is saying. And so it's like, how do you even resolve that anymore? Where like people don't even understand what they're saying, but they're still arguing it with their whole heart and soul. Like, how the
It's not even like I hate it's not even like I
through
hate this guy. I think he's just ignorant.
Yeah.
He just got into an argument with like a friend of mine who is very, very, very aggressive when it comes to politics.
Yeah, okay.
Where he's like a big time communist and like fucking hates capitalism with like, intense intense power.
People have such strong. It's like, I don't know if you probably didn't see this, but there's this woman who just wrote a PhD on the ethics of smells. It's actually a literature PhD dissertation. It's about like the way that smell is described in fiction and the way that ties into like racism and like colonialism and all these other ideas. If you know anything,
that's really interesting.
Yeah, if you know anything about the humanities, like that's a perfectly normal, bog standard like PhD dissertation topic because like to get a PhD, you need to create like a new piece of academic scholarship that essentially doesn't exist already. So a lot of the time, yeah, like people will come up with these really fucking weirdly niche specific areas to investigate just because you're adding to the scholarship by like coming up with this new idea of understanding things. It's all very normal. Anyway, the whole of like Twitter has been screaming down this woman's throat, telling her to kill herself because they're like mad about the topic of her PhD. But when you like, people have been going like, all right, buddy, like, I think her PhD is dumb too. Why are you sending her like death threats and saying you're gonna saying you're gonna rape her to death? Why are you so mad about that? And like, I've seen thread after thread of people who are furious, but like they can't even articulate to themselves why. They're just gesturing at like, oh, it's just representative of the left-wing woke postmodern academic scholarship world and how dumb and ridiculous all that is. And it's like, okay, so how does that affect you? And they're like, well, I'm mad that my American taxpayer dollars are being spent on this garbage. And people point out, well, they weren't. She got her PhD from Cambridge. She's British. And they're like, well, I'm still angry about it. Like, they don't even understand why they're mad. They're just kind of gesturing at these concepts and going like, yeah, and that's why it's bad. But it's like she didn't do or say anything to do with that. She wrote a literature PhD.
There's much worse things that, like, our tax dollars go to.
Yeah.
Like, we literally blow up brown kids.
Yeah. Also, it's like, who the fuck cares? Like, if she's gonna be an academic in her field, that's a perfectly legitimate area of scholarship to investigate. What even was that PhD about that got that reaction from dumb bitches? It was like just investigating the way, because it was a literature PhD. So she was just investigating the way that like various writers have like written about the sense of smell or like used smells in like works of literature to communicate information and ideas to the audience. And I guess she was like tying it into ideas of like racism and colonialism and things like that. Again, it's like if you spend any time in the academic humanities, that's just such a normal thing to write like a dissertation on. That's what like scholarship is. It's like very niche, very like hyper-specific investigations of ideas like that. And sometimes they turn out really interesting things, but like sometimes it's just crap. But why are you mad about that to begin with? Anyway, it's not just that people are mad about it, it's the sheer volume. Like, she posted just a picture of herself saying, done with my PhD, and like holding up the official thing for it where you could read the title. Within a day, it had like 100 million views on Twitter, and it's all anyone can talk about, like arguing about her fucking PhD and how like it's dumb and a waste of time, or that she should kill herself, or any other number of things. It's baffling, where it's like, why? People are pointing out if she did this intentionally, it's actually the most genius piece of like scholarship work ever, because she's like, her dissertation has now probably been read by more people, mainly because a bunch of like angry dudes were reading it to try and dunk on her, than it would have been otherwise. Because like normally with a PhD, just like you write that thing, it gets published, and then nobody ever looks at it again, because who the
correlation between racism and smell actually does kind of make sense to a bit. It makes me think of that bit in Parasite.
Oh yeah.
Where like the poor guy is like hiding under the couch and the rich guy is like, something smells like shit.
Yeah, he smells him, yeah.
Yeah, like there is like a tie between like that and like classism, and there are definitely a lot of stereotypes about like Indian people in particular are stereotyped as being like smelly, Just very unfair.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that. How is that not a? It's like it's not like it's like a biology degree. It was a fucking literature degree. They're always going to be about like waffly nonsense, you know.
Also, as an American taxpayer, I
Yeah.
don't really care what people learn in college.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why do people
Like,
fucking
I
mad
don't
about
give a
it?
shit.
People
Once the money is out of my account, it's not my problem.
The most compelling answer I could find for why they're so angry at her is that, like, she's a proxy for everything wrong with Western civilization right now. The woke. And I'm like, really? Does she really deserve to
sure
be
she
turned
is.
into, like, what you perceive as the avatar of civilizational rot because she wrote a PhD that you think is silly? Like, get a grip. She didn't kill a kid. What's wrong with
It's
you?
the right wing. It's the people like them who are the social rot.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah.
Like they literally make the world a worse place.
Yeah, exactly. 4D chess? Yeah, I mean, if that was her game, then yeah. To her credit, she's been just, like, arguing with them in the comments. She's been posting through it. They'd be less mad if she did kill a kid. Oh, yeah. Alright. Casey?
Hartley kid. All he was gonna contribute to society. Except a bunch of kids growing up with no dad. Well, it was a rap sheet a mile long. For whatever said and he'd wind up at. We did him a favor.
You killed Casey? Oh my god.
We don't use that word.
Yeah, TikTok doesn't like that. We prefer unalived.
You also have to say pew pew.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was watching this video. There's this bizarre woman on TikTok who,
Yeah.
like, has been making the strangest skits imaginable. Like, one where, she's, like, a teenager in high school, and she acts out being sexually abused by a teacher.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds
and
very
also-
strange.
And also, she had a thing where, like, some teacher was killed in, like, a grade school or something.
Yeah.
The kid, like, brought a gun to school. I don't know, like, if he went in trying to kill anybody, but he did end up shooting and killing his teacher.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
this person on this TikTok account decided to make a recreation of that.
Why?
And it was so funny because of, like, TikTok restrictions, because
Yeah.
like you get to hear lines like put the pew pew away, kid, please. Like, why do you have a pew pew?
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Not funny that a woman died.
Oh yeah, no, just the
The
like,
rest of it.
attempt to have euphemisms for such like a serious grim thing just sounds inherently silly.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, and I think the person I remember the woman who I didn't even know at first that TikTok forces you to say pew pew instead of gun or shot. Cause like I remember being very confused when I heard like that one woman who was shot by P. Diddy,
Yeah.
when she was like, he pew pewed me in the face. It's like, why pew pew? It's like, oh, she probably
Yeah.
told that story on TikTok.
I guess, yeah, that makes sense then. That's a weird one, though. Did Derek Savage make that TikTok?
That's so dumb. That's like unalive bad.
Yeah. Oh, God. Alright.
You know what happened to his cousin? Burned alive when his little trailer lab exploded. They had to wear hazmat suits when they cleaned him up. That's where Casey was headed. Yeah, he had a cousin who was a drug dealer, so that means that he had to die.
Naturally, yeah, he was definitely destined to also become a drug dealer. You killed Casey!
Would this guy, like, kill Walter Jr.?
Yeah, it's I'm sorry, Walter Jr. Your dad made meth. You're too much of a risk.
No, wait. And you want to
Open
act
the
like
door. Shoots him in the face. God.
You want to act like we didn't do him and this whole town a favor? Oh God, Casey's been down here the whole time. Parents put up posters. Maybe they should have cared more about him before it came to this.
Which one of you did it?
Greg.
He was my friend.
All right, now. Throw it down now or I will shoot.
What if I get you first? Bolt sticking right out of your eye. Bang.
This is how you get shot, Greg.
Bang. Yeah. You bought guns down here?
Dangerous as far out into the woods at night. Basic safety.
Aye.
Throw it down, son. Don't make this our time. Greg.
Dang it.
You're monsters. None of this is happening. Alright, we can mash through this.
Yeah, alright,
In fact, none of that was original dialogue.
Okay,
so...
yeah, I wasn't entirely sure, but yeah, alright, never mind then. Let's just
Yeah, just mash for a bit. Don't even worry about Greg.
Yeah. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I could show you the video about that TikTok lady. It's
Oh, yeah.
so
It'll
strange.
be interesting to watch.
Apparently people are mad at Mutahar for throwing Nuxtaku under the bus.
Isn't
Which is
Noxtaku that fucking VTuber that everybody fucking hates?
Yes.
The one with the little he's got like his VTuber model has like it's like really over designed. He's got like a white,
Correct.
really like pale white face and then like a
That's
mask on
him.
his head. Yeah, I hate that guy. He can't even get
Yeah.
his fucking like mouth syncing right. He's so insufferable.
Yeah,
But
he's not a good
yeah,
person.
why the fuck are people mad about? Yeah, he's like a piece of shit. Like from what
There's
I
a
remember hearing.
video. A video was uncovered where Nux was like watching hentai with Mutahar and one other person.
Weird.
Upaville, that's
Okay.
it. It was for some sort of anime project he was doing, and
Okay.
one of the hentais featured might have had underage characters.
Ugh.
I don't know, but Muda did like throw him under the bus, which like I don't even like care. It's not like they were jacking off to it,
Right.
but like I understand why
People are mad.
everybody's upset.
Yeah.
full disclaimer, it doesn't matter if you press the button or not.
I was wondering then, I was like, is it possible to fail this?
Yeah, no, May doesn't die. Okay, yeah, you technically failed it because the mask didn't come off. That's like the one thing that's different.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And we saw him without his mask. We just saw his silhouette and that he was a cat like May.
Right, yeah, the first time.
Yeah, let's mash.
Alright, yeah. He apparently showed lolly hentai on YouTube, I think it was. Well, that seems bad. I can understand why Muda was like, fuck this guy, I'm gonna blame it all on him. Especially if everyone already hates Nux. I mean, understandably, every clip of him I've seen is just being the most insufferable weirdo. Isn't he, like, always sexually harassing, sort of, Jaden Animations as well? I remember he has, like, a reputation for that.
I don't know about sexually harassing her, but he does make these videos with, like, kind of weird titles, like, Jaden and I both discover where or whatever.
Yeah, no, I know I think he's, like, really hornily obsessed with her, too. Like,
no idea.
There's clips of him talking about that, but I have seen that, like, basically, whenever he does a react video to like Jaden Animations content, he will frame the the thumbnail and the video title will be like, Jaden Animations and I get into some sexual situations together or something like that, and it'll just be him watching one of her videos.
Mutahar also pointed out, before he deleted this video, he pointed out that Nux like had like a fucking thumbnail that showed a woman like fucking a dog.
Oh, what the fuck?
And the video had nothing to do with that. It was just pure clickbait.
That's fucking horrifying.
Yeah, that's messed up.
He's so horny for her. Yeah, okay, see, Uki knows what I'm talking about. Because, like, I was like, I swear to God, I've seen clips of him being, like, really creepily, like, talking about her as well. Aside from, like, whole thumbnail shit.
He also pissed off the Hell of a Boss fan base. Because he reacted to, like, episode 2 of the show. And there's a flashback to where we see, a much younger version of Stolas's 17-year-old daughter. Like, the flashback shows her when she's, like, fucking 3 or something. Like, real young. And he decided to describe her as a lolly. Yeah, I remember he went viral in, like, on, like, Hell of a Boss Twitter.
Nuxtaku gives me bad person vibes. Yes, very much so.
And he also called Taiga a pedophile with no evidence.
That seems about right. It'd be funny if they still let you jump in this sequence.
Yeah.
Like, because I get why they disabled it, because that would definitely kill the mood a bit if they just let you, like, jump normally.
Yeah, we can definitely mash through this. May is literally the only character in this scene.
Yeah, just talking to God.
Or the black goat, whatever it is.
Goat, whatever.
Or just her
yeah
broken mind.
I mean, it's kind of all three basically. Yeah.
Ultimately, it doesn't matter whether it's real or not.
Hmm.
The issue is here either way.
Yeah, it's basically like the ending of like the final episode of Evangelion, where it's like all kind of big, slightly surreal.
I did not finish Evangelion. Oh, okay. So never mind then. Please no.
Okay. No spoilers, shock. I thought everybody had seen Evangelion. It's like a 20-year-old show.
I've been too depressed to watch TV.
That's fair enough. It is a depressing show as well. So you probably have to be in the right mood for it.
Alright. Don't ask us why, please.
Older than that, Shock, it's a 30-year-old. Just stop reminding me of how old I am, Aaron.
We totally didn't, like, murder, like, 10 people.
Yeah, whoopsie. Oh, okay, now I can jump again.
Yeah, you gotta jump on the
Yeah, I
platform.
remember, yeah.
I do like that in the conclusion she gets, like, the strength to jump again.
Yeah, like, that's nice. It works well with, like, the music coming up.
And for someone so pudgy, she certainly is agile.
Yeah, she's very acrobatic.
Acrophatic, if you will.
Yeah.
Which is actually the name of a TV trope.
Yeah, I guess that is like a recurring thing. Even in real life, like
Oh yeah,
some of the old like silent stuff of like wasn't Fatty Arbuckle and stuff, and like some of those other
yeah,
actors who
he
were
was
larger, but they were really fucking agile. I mean, isn't
Fatty Arbuckle the first Hollywood celebrity to get canceled?
Yeah, I mean, Jack Black kind of has that reputation as well too. They literally like make a joke about that in Community in the episode that Jack Black's in.
I remember seeing a clip of like some plus-size dancer who looked very heavy. She looked very heavy, but moved like so gracefully. It was like really weird.
Yeah.
Like she moved like a skinny chick.
One of Abbott and Costello, the fat one, yes. Oh yeah, Chris Farley, yeah. Another great example.
I guess if you've got like I guess if you have like the muscles to like outweigh the burden of the fat, then like I guess that'll happen.
Germ saves the day. He's just randomly wandering around in the woods.
Yeah, also Germ has dynamite, so that's great.
It's very convenient.
It's also the last person in this town who should have dynamite, probably. Next to maybe Greg. Or May.
Like, everybody is just like, thanks, Germ. Thanks, buddy.
Or honestly, even Selmer's, because she'd probably use it to blow up her ex.
Yeah.
What do you call those makeshift knives in prison? A shiv? Yeah. I hope somebody shivs him.
I trust Germ with dynamite.
They're all still alive down there. Awkward silence.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. Not only are they going to die, it's gonna be a rough death.
Yeah. They're probably gonna eat each other. Like, I like how that hadn't even occurred to May until this point.
On the bright side, they do have rifles to commit suicide with.
I guess that's true, yeah. It's morally gray.
I wouldn't even say morally gray, because it's not like these kids did it intentionally.
No.
They were going to leave. Eid just attacked them.
Yeah, they mostly did it out of self-defense to stop that one guy from... Like, it was... Like, at the very least, it's like the deaths of the other cultists are accidentally on them, but it's not like they deliberately did it.
But also, the cultists are murderers.
Sure. I think it's
so
kind of
it's
like kind of a wash where it's like, well, they didn't mean to do it, but the cultists are evil, so it's kind of morally nil. Kill yourself first so you don't have to watch everybody else do it before you. Yeah, they'll be fighting for the rifle.
I can be a bit of an extremist when it comes to like bad people. I think it's fair. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, I
this
mean-
is like lawful good as far as I'm concerned.
I wouldn't feel bad about this. I'd just be like, well, you know, fuck around and find out. Next time, don't manifest as a ghost and attack me when I'm exiting an elevator.
Unlucky.
Yeah, like, how the fuck did he even do that? That's another baffling element of it. I guess it leans in the more supernatural direction, where the fuck did he even come from? He just like teleports in.
Oh my god, it's gonna be crazy when we get to case like 2-4 of Ace Attorney. Oh my god, I can't wait.
Well, get fucked, bozos. Yeah.
Although I absolutely can wait for 2-3. Oh my god.
Okay. 2-4 is peak Ace Attorney. God. All right.
Yeah, 2-3 is the worst case out of all of them. The best and worst cases are like right next to each other in one game.
All right. I presume this is all still the same with her just doing that. Yeah, rip bozo. The highs and lows of Ace Attorney. Yeah, I've never played
You killed that guy to save me. LOL.
I've not played the games before, so I don't really know too much about them, like what the writing is like.
I'm so hyped for you to play them. The writing is insane. It's very corny and very dumb, but oh my god, it's so like intelligently written each
Okay,
case.
nice.
Except Turnabout Big Top. I hate that case. That's like
Oh yeah.
the first actually bad one. And then Spirit of Justice, just the whole game was bad.
What the fuck is Germ doing? He's just sitting alone in a parking
don't
lot
know.
at night.
Is he just hoping a drug dealer will come along?
Yeah, like what is he doing? Is he waiting for a drug dealer? That's like the only thing that would make a slight amount of sense. Otherwise, he's just hanging out in an empty lot.
God, I really want to try LSD, but like that's not something that's legal here. I would like have to find a dealer.
Yeah.
But like, what do I do? Just sit in a fucking park and just hope one shows up? How long do I have to wait?
I mean, there are places that you can go that you can find drug. A lot of people, like, weirdly enough, there are a lot of drug dealers who, like, advertise online now.
That's funny.
Like, and just communicate via, like, discrete, messenger services and things. Like, ones that are, like, super encrypted and destroy your messages afterwards and stuff. I would say, like, it probably.
By the way, Twitch, we're just role playing.
Yeah.
We would never buy
in
illegal
GTA.
drugs.
This is in GTA,
Yeah,
obviously.
in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, it might be a bit hard to like find that on your own. Like, I have a friend who's really, really good at that. He has a superpower where when he travels anywhere in the world, he's somehow able to find a coke dealer. Like, no matter the language or whether or not he's even been to the city. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? It's
Yuki, I want to
baffling
get
me.
high, not get raped.
It's baffling. But yeah, I mean, you could. I tried and true method is also just like asking friends for like hookups to that. If like I've definitely like gotten hookups with drug dealers just from like asking people other people like, hey, do you know anyone? I'm like looking to score some ketamine or whatever.
Let's move on.
But yeah, it's acid is an interesting experience. I want to get high, not raped. Olivia 2024. Yeah.
I think that's a fair ask.
But yeah.
Dark Alley isn't where you get drugs. That's where you get like mugged, raped, and murdered.
Yeah, I mean, drug dealers are much more likely to hang out in a nightclub or something, or not even hang out on a set location anyway, because that's kind of an outdated way to deal drugs. Like most of it is sell it a customer directly, kind of, where they essentially like either they come to you or you come to them. Like I haven't dealt with someone who's like, yeah, you can find me on like this street corner, bro. I've not dealt with like that in like since I was 18, I think. Most of the time it's like, yeah, you either find them in like a strip club or a nightclub or something, or like you just go to their house or they come to you.
Alright, well, let's move on. Try to just head straight for Greg.
Yeah, do that.
I don't remember if you have to talk to... Is my mic peaking?
It sounds fine to me, I think. Is it peaking
I moved it
Chat?
and heard a crackle, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it sounds
I need to
fine,
get
I
this
think.
thing-
Unless chat, it's like peaking on chat.
I should mention my headphones are plugged into my mic. I'll be getting a mic replacement soon, though. Like, maybe next week.
You talk to Greg and then head to the place where you do band practice. Okay.
Yeah. And then after that, we can finally just close the game and be done.
Alright, let's go.
This game does have a special place in my heart.
Oh, yeah, no, it's great.
What bonus chapters? What the fuck are you talking about, Electrica?
I really wish they all died as well. I was like hoping
Yeah, that
they
would be awesome if like these four specifically just don't show up again and it's like, oh.
I was really hoping they would be like conspicuously absent.
No,
but
no, not the Kickstarter demos.
The game confirms that they're not dead. So I'm like, damn it.
I don't think the Kickstarter demos are even canon. Or at least they're a hallucination in May's mind. Because, like, her friends literally say, wait, what? No, that didn't happen.
Hey, God.
Hello. He's totally God. Like, what is with that guy?
Yeah. Things are gonna be okay. We got a taco place. I love how much that excites
If only I liked tacos. Most Mexican food doesn't do it for me.
That's fair enough. I love most like Mexican food. I guess because I love spicy food, so all that kind of thing appeals to me. But yeah, I love tacos.
I'm bad with spice. I'm too white.
Yeah, that's gonna make Mexican food like hard to enjoy because I feel like all the best Mexican stuff is like spicy. Or at least mildly spicy, but if you don't like it like spice at all, yeah, it's not gonna be fun.
Alright. Are you a time traveler, Yuki? Although the chance I'll say the sentence, I'm too white in 2025 is pretty high, so...
Well, look who's alive and well.
Unless I die, like, December 31st. Is that a surprise?
I'm better with spice than I was. I generally don't seek out Mexican. Oh, really, Tuvox? No, I love Mexican food. Like, I would eat it more, but just like there's not that many Mexican like options in Australia. We have some. I've mentioned this before. We have
That
some,
figures.
but because we just don't have like a very big like Latin American kind of like population or anything. Like we have more people from the Middle East and Asia instead. Like so.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mexican
Yeah.
restaurants in the U.S.
Yeah, whereas like there are some like Mexican chain restaurants, but like they're very sparse and you don't really encounter it super often. Like I could get a burrito or taco from there if I wanted, but it's like I have to go out of my way for it, you know. I feel like Australians would fuck up some Mexican. Oh yeah, no, like Australians do really like Mexican food, misery. It's just that we didn't have a big enough because like most like restaurants like that are started by like migrants. You know, like most Chinese restaurants are made by Chinese migrants and et cetera, et cetera. So it just like hasn't had enough time to get its foothold in like Australia. Like Australians love Mexican food. We just mostly eat it as like those, you know, make taco at home kits that you can buy at the supermarket, right? Like that's the way most Australians engage with it. There's very little places where you can get authentic like Mexican burritos or anything or tacos. It's just like white people tacos for the most part, you know? I wish I didn't, but I'm basically eating Mexican every day, specifically a steak, bean, and rice. I mean, that sounds delicious as fuck. It's the cheapest food on my commute. Yeah, like I would enjoy having that on a regular basis. Sounds great.
Is that a surprise?
Nah, just seems like relevant.
Well, look who's live and well. You too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get out of here? Do band practice?
Yeah.
It's not something I want often. I'll eat Chinese every fucking day if I could. Interesting. I feel like more people are a bit indifferent about Chinese food than Mexican. I'm more like take it or leave it. I mean, I love both, honestly. I feel like there are other types, like other Asian cuisines that people feel more passionate about generally than Chinese food, like Japanese or Korean, say, or like Vietnamese.
We are gonna need to read this. This is
Yeah.
like the last big cutscene with Greg.
Yeah, all right. I don't like most Chinese dishes, mainly because, Chinese food's so good. We have a huge Asian population here, so that might have something to do with it. I think probably Tuvox. Like, I grew up eating a shit ton of Asian food from all different like Asian countries because Australia has like our population is about 20% Asian, so there's like a big cultural influence. All right. Jeez, that door never gets any less stuck. Worse when it's cold somehow.
I'm so ready for cold weather.
Ugh, I hate winter.
Winter's good, actually. Yeah, try living in Minnesota, May. Fuck you. Nobody here yet.
Bunch of slackers.
It's like they don't even want this band to succeed. Where would we even play if we wanted to?
I have no idea. Go play those Legion Hall shows in Fort Lucian.
Oh wow, those were fun.
We'd be the oldsters now.
Yep.
So, you okay?
I guess. Not really. I mean, are any of us?
I don't know. Angus slept pretty soundly last night.
Suspicious. Oh God. Do you
uh,
think those guys can get out of the mine?
I guess we're gonna find out pretty quick.
Okay, but I would imagine Chinese food in Malaysia
What's
is
this?
very different from like what we know as Chinese food.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some similarities, but a lot of like stuff that you get in like Western Chinese food is quite different to what like actual Chinese people eat. Um,
What's funny is, from what I understand, like
oh yeah, we
Chinese
have this brand.
food, there's like an urban myth that like Chinese food isn't actually Chinese, but I guess it's from like a really specific like Chinese subculture.
Yeah, I mean, Chinese food is very varied depending on the region you're in. Like, Chinese food from Guangzhou is completely different from, like, say, the Shenzhen region. Like, Shenzhen is way more peppery. They use like really peppery spices, comparatively. But like, yeah, I think that's accurate. That like, I mean, they are kind of bastardizations for white people, but like what we commonly associate with Chinese food in the West is mostly just from like a very limited number of Chinese immigrants doing this one like style of Chinese cuisine, that it is something that exists, but it's like there's so many others. Like that's not necessarily what the average Chinese person would eat. They'd have a far more like varied diet in that regard. Szechuan, from what I
Of
hear, is
course.
is close to American Chinese food. Yeah, yeah, no, like there's definitely some regions where it's like much closer. There are some cultures for Chinese food. Oh yeah, like Hokkien and like Hakka like stuff. Yeah, exactly, Electrica. We just love putting an unreasonable amount of spring onions in every dish ever. Hey, it's like spring onions go hard. I like spring onions.
I don't know, but I don't think a lot of these guys were people I knew.
Never can tell.
Never can tell. This kind of thing happen to you often, Greg?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, I'm always fighting cultists. So like,
There's so many annoying fucking murder cults. They just won't stop.
yeah,
I killed like five last week.
like an infestation of rats. They just keep cropping up. So like, I don't really get what even happened down there with you and the whatever that was.
I suddenly just remembered I saw fan art of like May in Cult of the Lamb, and she has the red crown, which is a terrifying amount of power for May to have.
Olivia, have you ever seen this in a store out there? Best bottled teriyaki there is, and it's from Washington. I've seen this in Australian
Mm.
supermarkets too, Vox. This Mrs. Yoshida's
Uh,
brand.
Maybe I've seen it before. I don't remember.
Yeah, I've seen this in Australian supermarkets. Really? Yeah. Well, because like I said to Vox, like we have a big Asian population. Like in the Asian section at the grocery store is way bigger and more extensive than the Mexican food section, which is like a small shelf that basically just has like make your own taco and burrito kits, and that's it. Like, there's very little stuff there. Whereas, like, you can get so many different sauces and, like, Asian cooking ingredients in the average Australian supermarket. Because, like I said, about 20% of our population is from Asia. So there's, like, a much bigger audience for all that kind of stuff. Mrs. Yoshida is like a hero to me. Have you ever tried? No, I don't think I've ever tried cooking with it too, Vox, because it's just one of like dozens of like teriyaki marinades that I've seen at the grocery store. I'll buy a bottle, I guess, and try it though. If you say it's so good at some point, because like I'd be interested to see what it's like. But yeah, no, that's just at the supermarket. It's so good. I wonder if the recipe is different. Maybe slightly, considering it might be like made. I don't know if it's imported from Seattle or wherever, or if it's just like made on premise somewhere in Australia, because there's a lot of international products like that that are essentially just licensed to be produced here. but who knows?
The murder cult of dads?
Sure.
I kind of get them.
Really?
No. Good talk.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. It's like a porch light that's on, and there are all these bugs around it. And then the light goes out, and there's a hole where the light was. It's like what happened to me way back. Like I was telling you about on the couch last night.
God, that was last night?
That was last night.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Seems like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Going to be weird when you're gone.
Well, I mean, you've already been gone, and you've been gone at least once since you got back.
At least. I died a little getting that battery the other day.
See? You're a goner.
Thanks, Greg. Like, last night, it feels sometimes like there's so much horrible past still trapped in the historical society from the other night. Just realized I know what that painting was.
What was it?
Never mind. But it feels like the past just can't leave. And it's still here. You're like swimming in it. And you can't have a future.
Nah, bruh.
Nah, I'd win.
Yeah, great.
Nah, brah, that's it.
Great response, Greg. Very, very insightful. What was
Yeah,
our...
that just
what were you gonna say?
Sorry, that just reminded me of the fact that, like, Too Mad said, nah, I'd win after someone said that he was gonna, like, die at a certain age. And it was the age he died at. And
That's pretty
he got
funny.
community noted post-mortem.
I mean, I haven't seen the anime, but, like, isn't that actually completely appropriate to the anime? Because I thought that was, like... I thought so that "Nah, I'd win" line is from some like anime that's like really popular with Zoomers, but like
What?
yeah, but in the context of the scene, it's like the evil villain and the hero character, and he's like the villain is like surrender now or you will be killed, and the hero just goes "Nah, I'd win." And then, like, gets their ass fucking like, they get killed, basically. Like, they lose
That
so
explains
hard.
the meme. That explains the meme.
It's Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, okay, it's that thing. Yeah, like, that anime that Zoomers love. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of that anime.
Jujutsu
I've never watched
Kaisen.
it though.
Yeah, no, that's where that phrase comes from. Like, yeah, and the character gets his ass kicked after like it's meant to be some badass boast, and then he just immediately gets like fucking bodied. So it's weirdly appropriate.
Funny.
It's weirdly appropriate that Too Mad died after saying that.
Yeah.
Wait, was it actually Jujutsu Kaisen? I'm pretty sure, Uki. I mean, you can like Google "Nah, I'd win" Jujutsu Kaisen and see what comes up. Yeah, it turned into a meme because it's like really funny to have such like a bad like a boast like that and then just get fucking killed.
Yeah.
Like that's great.
I mean, there have been plenty of memes about Too Mad's death, like him dying playing Overwatch.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he got exposed as like a fucking rapist first, though, or like the memes would be fucked up.
Yeah. No, that was so weird. I can't believe. I love how people were like, "Bro, are you dead?" to him on Discord. It just says
And
playing.
he was.
It just says playing Overwatch. It's like such an L.
That is the saddest way to go out.
Yeah, that's really bad.
I would rather be burned alive in the fucking Iron Bowl than be found with Overwatch playing on my
Yeah.
computer.
Oh god.
Let my last game be Symphony of the Night or something, not Overwatch.
Although the character who said that is supposed to be a yeah, no, I know Electrica. Like, he's supposed to be badass and cool, and when he says that, it's supposed to, like, be this really, like, cool moment. Like, whoa! But then he just immediately gets, like, fucking killed. He loses incredibly hard. Oh, God. But, yeah, no, I know the character is meant to be, like, whatever in the story. I don't know anything about Jujutsu Kaisen beyond, oh, yeah, that guy's supposed to be strong or whatever. All right. What was our biggest crime ever?
Almost burning down the school. Bringing a horrible robot son into the world. And then leaving him to haunt the woods out by the highway.
Actually, it was probably trapping those dudes in the mine and leaving them to die. Yeah,
You know what? Fair enough.
You don't say, Greg. Yeah.
That was self-defense.
All of that stuff, like, today's different now because that happened. We're different.
Yeah.
So, like, things change.
I guess. Like you said the other day in the woods. Guess we'd be gonna be different because we were here.
That's something. I like how he's just like, oh yeah, sure, that thing I said, that let's use that as the moral. Whatever.
Good enough.
Yeah.
This is the best you can expect from Greg. Anyway, something.
They killed Casey.
Yeah, they did. They killed Casey.
I'm trying not to think about it. Do we, like, tell his parents?
How?
Yeah. Like, what do you
Think about that for a second, Greg.
What are you gonna tell
Fucking
them?
how?
Oh yeah, these like cultists sacrificed him to the demon goat lord, but don't worry, we killed them by trapping them underground, so they'll starve to death. Like, what?
Yeah, thanks. What do we tell them?
I don't know. Is it worse to let them think he's alive? Or tell them he's in a bottomless hole, in a tunnel, in the woods, with a bunch of guys who are gonna be dead soon?
We should tell them. We shouldn't tell them.
I don't think you should fucking tell them. This is a terrible idea.
Yeah, that has to be a secret, unfortunately.
Yeah, you just gotta live with that, May.
It would be nice if it couldn't be, but
Yeah.
whatever.
None of this feels good.
How could it, man? I think it's important that we know at least. Makes it mean something? I don't know how to say it. These kids better hope there's no police investigation.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if the cops find those bodies, you're in trouble, because Angus's fingerprints are totally on that lever.
True, yeah, you will probably go to jail.
Wait, he's a bear. I don't know if he would
Oh.
have fingerprints.
Actually,
Anyway.
yeah, that's a good point. I don't really know how that works.
I think we might be the only things in the universe who care about anything. Or who even can care. Do you think any of this means anything? Or, like, meant anything? Does it, Gregory?
Hey, babies. Hey, hun.
babies.
Yeah, that was an odd greeting. How was
Yeah,
work?
that was unwanted,
Yeah,
Angus.
that was odd. Jeez, I'm sore from, like, everything.
I ran into like a zillion bushes the other night. Basically, my body hates me right now.
Gotta do stretches.
So, like, can I move to Bright Harbor with you guys?
uh, I thought you, like, couldn't leave home.
You guys are home enough. Or maybe I'll just visit for a while once you get settled in.
Of course.
Yeah.
I like how they're like, May, we're trying to get away from, like, no.
Even Greg is like, oh, living with
Yeah.
May? Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Even he's just like, nah, I'm out. Of course. Yeah, dude, that'd be rad.
Don't get Angus's boyfriend arrested, please.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for saving me last night. Like, repeatedly.
Not even a problem, dude. We'll save you as many times as it takes. Yeah, crimes. Hey, B.
Hey, B. Are you gonna say something? I don't really know what to say. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What the hell happened last night? Ugh, don't ask me. Ugh, nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, good. So I was just having the worst, weirdest nightmare ever. By the way, nice messages to wake up to. Oh god, I was half asleep. Let's not talk about it. I think I twisted my ankle last night. Can we just, like, not talk about last night for the rest of the day? Or our lives, for that matter?
Yeah, let's just never speak of this again.
No promises. Can't we just play a song? And get pizza? Yeah, let's do a new song!
Yay.
Let's go, Shark!
More me sucking.
And talk about this tomorrow.
Sure.
Whatever. We can all talk about it in therapy for years. That's the spirit! I mean, we have to go on, right? Obviously, the world is seriously screwed up, but we're all gonna die if we don't keep living.
That's some bumper sticker shit right there.
True. Hey, I know what I'm talking about. We gotta make plans. We gotta change things. We gotta play a goddamn song and get a goddamn pizza.
Okay, so what are we playing?
Freebird. Through the fire and the flames, let's go! Lovely. I love this game.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Oh,
God. Seeing Alec Holoka's name makes me sad, though.
Yeah, that whole thing that played out with him was pretty tragic.
it's a dark cloud that just kind of hangs over the entire thing at this point. I still love this game, though, and sometimes the best art is made by people who aren't all there.
Yeah. Who's, they were one of the creators of the game. He was the composer of a lot of the music in it, right?
Yeah, he got exposed for, like, being really nasty to Zoe Quinn while he was dating her.
Yeah.
And ended up taking his own life when like all that came out.
Yeah.
And according to Scott Benson, he was like a nightmare to work with.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, like I don't.
It's one of those things where a very talented person just has like a very messed up brain.
Yeah. No, like I don't think anything he did rose the level of like assaulting Zoe Quinn or anything, but he was just like very emotionally abusive towards her. I think is what I remember reading about it. But
ultimately, it doesn't bother me that much. I can play this game without really thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean,
he did a good job on the music.
The music is important, but I feel like the writing and the look of it is like much more relevant overall.
I wonder if they still sell the vinyl of the music, or if they like discontinued that. Tim Schafer, did he work on this?
Weird. Maybe he had some kind of involvement as like a consultant or something.
All right. By the way, this game was made using a modified version of Unity, which is interesting. Sharkle!
Sharkle! The best character.
Rest in peace, Casey. All right. Well, we can just close the game now. Yeah. We're done.
All right, awesome.
Unless you want to play Demon Tower, but I don't.
Nah, I don't give a shit.
Demon Tower sucks.
I don't give a shit about that, no. I actually have to end stream now anyway, because I need to... Yeah, I would go later, but I need to go to the pharmacy to refill my like prescription of antidepressants because I'm completely out of them. So I need to make sure I like end stream with enough time to go do that before they shut.
Okay.
But we can play more Ace Attorney. We can play Ace Attorney next time.
All right. I'll see you all later.
All right. Good night, Olivia. Thanks for hanging out.
Good night. Mwah.
All right. Just out of the cold there. And let me find someone to raid and then I'll end the stream. Don't forget to stop by your empty grocery store. I do actually need to go get some groceries from like one of the other stores nearby that it does have some inventory. So thank you for reminding me too, Vox. I need to do that too. But yeah, I need to go to the chemist.
Let me play among the stars. Let me see for spring is life.
Alright, who's live now?
In other words,
let me see.
in other words, darling, kiss me.
You can raid me. Oh yeah, sweet. I'll raid you then, Olivia. Awesome.
And let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore.
Boomerang raid, yes.
Please be true.
Alright. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Yeah, you can go watch Olivia now then. Yeah, sorry. Originally I'd planned to go later, but I noticed this morning that I was like completely out and I was like, oh shit, well I need to do that tonight after stream, so I need to head out now before it shuts. See, yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow, so we can hang out more then. All right.